Hello there. Welcome to your Advective weather update for February 13th, 2023. We have a double threat brewing with a major winter storm expected to bring widespread heavy snow across multiple parts of the United States, including the Pacific Northwest, particularly the Southwestern Rockies, and parts of the plains. Additionally, as the second storm system moves through, tornadoes are expected across parts of the Deep South and Midwest, potentially all the way to the Great Lakes, which is very unusual for this time of year. Here is the overview of the winter weather, key messages from the National Weather Service. As you can see, a large area expected to get substantial snowfall in excess of 4 inches, those oranges and reds being the areas most likely, particularly focused on mountain ranges, but it does get to low levels in some locations, particularly Flagstaff, Arizona, and southeast Colorado. And once this system moves through, there is the potential for record-breaking low temperatures across parts of the southwest United States. Please make sure you have a way to stay warm when that extremely cold air arrives. Here is the setup for tomorrow, not today, tomorrow. As you can see, a huge area receiving snowfall, almost well over a third of the United States, close to a half of the lower 48. Various regions of heavy snow across the northwest, north central, and southwest. Small possibility of some freezing rain in the northern plains, and later on across part of the Midwest, as the system ejects out to the east. Ahead of the snow, rain might cause some flooding issues as we get into the day 3, day 4, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but mostly snow is the main impact. Very active pattern with warnings across much of the United States, quiet in the northeast and the southeast, so this is particularly focused for people in the central and western United States. Many windstorm watches, you want to check with your local National Weather Service to see if a warning is out for your location. There are some watches in place that are expected to be upgraded, and there may be some blizzard warnings issued in the near future with the potential for blowing snow. Here is the Winter Storm Severity Index. As you can see, extreme impact locations, but those are mostly limited to montane areas or mountains. However, there are major impacts for multiple metropolitan areas, including Flagstaff, parts of southern Colorado, and also some parts of the Pacific Northwest. Once again, you need to pay attention to your local National Weather Service office to see how this storm will be affecting your local area and take the necessary precautions. Here is the current official snow forecast. As you can see, a large swath of half a foot or more, which is the blue colours, with maximum totals approaching 2.5 feet in parts of Colorado across the mountains. To lower levels, 8 to 10 inches widely across parts of southeast Colorado. Please take care if you are in this region. Moving on to the severe weather, a low risk for tomorrow. The chance of an isolated tornado across parts of Kansas and Missouri, not a major impact expected. On day 3, however, we have a significant event that may be happening from Texas through to Tennessee. Anywhere in that yellow, slight risk could be upgraded to an enhanced risk in the coming days. Tornadoes are possible, along with damaging winds and possibly some hail towards the western part of this risk. This progresses into the day 4 or Thursday event, which is incredibly long, stretching all the way from the central Gulf Coast to Lake Erie, which, as far as I'm aware, is unprecedented for the month of February. Now here is the NAM low-resolution model, 12km, for the next 3.5 days. As you can see, we have this first system that forms and quickly moves out, bringing snow across parts of the plains, and then we have the second system that comes through, bringing most of the snow and severe weather. Now, it's important to note that the frames on this model are every 3 hours, not every 1 hour. So where you see it seems fairly quick because it's not much time, but if you take into account the model, a lot of snow is falling. Some parts of Colorado could see continuous snowfall for 24 hours, which is how those totals are able to be so high. And that's after the initial snowfall that's happening today into tomorrow with the first storm. Looking off to the northwest, you'll see in the first 2 days of this loop, snow happening across the Oregon and Washington area, moving into Montana. And yes, there will be some winter impacts for parts of the Great Lakes, Northern Plains, Midwest, but the main impacts are expected in the Southwest, again, Arizona, New Mexico, and Colorado. Here's what you can do. Please pay attention to those watches and warnings. There are winter storm warnings in effect already. Take necessary action, delay travel plans if at all possible, and don't travel when the heavy snow is falling unless you absolutely have to. And when you do, take the utmost care, as most winter storm fatalities do occur due to vehicle accidents. After the storm comes through, there may be an unfortunate loss of power. You want to be prepared for this eventuality, especially with the potentially record-breaking cold temperatures, which not every building in this part of the country will be built to be insulated for, and you'll be wanting to rely on heating. Power goes out, no heating. So you want to have a way to generate heat if the power goes out. If you have a generator, that's good, but make sure it's far away from your house so that the fumes it gives off can't get inside and cause carbon monoxide poisoning. If you're using candles or space heaters, make sure you don't have a fire risk. Keep some space around them. Don't let children or pets knock them over. And always keep them monitored when they are on. Sometimes you think it's fine, you leave it, and then something happens. Maybe a gust of wind gets in and it causes fires every year due to people leaving these equipment unattended. And additionally, once you're safe and warm, check on your family, check on your neighbours if there's anyone nearby. Emergency services aren't going to be getting out to every single house. You want to help do your part to make sure the people around you are safe. And here are the 3 warning levels. We have advisories and winter storm warnings in place right now. Travel problems are expected throughout a large part of the western United States. And as I mentioned, some of these may be upgraded to a blizzard warning when confidence increases. And if you have a blizzard warning, you should not leave under any circumstances. It is life-threatening conditions, and you are risking your life by leaving home in this environment. Please take care. That's all for now. We'll have more as we get closer, particularly when the severe weather comes into greater confidence. It's still quite far out and we're unsure exactly what the details will be. When we get to the day before or the day of, we will have a better idea of what will be happening. But the winter storm is the main threat. And if you are in any part of the western United States, you're likely to see some snowfall, except for, of course, California and the extreme southwest along the Mexican border where it's warmer. But the rest of the United States in the western part, you should be seeing some snowfall. And if you're in the aforementioned areas where heavy snowfall is expected, please take care of the next several days. Thank you.